that magical time of year, Halloween. And like I said in the Hocus Pocus review, I wasn't really gonna go and wear a costume because I always dress up for the reviews anyway, so I'm gonna keep it cozy. But I will don this hat, and tonight I think we're gonna watch a movie that features the beginning of Freddy Spaghetti.
And now if you dare, talk to me live. Freddy Krueger is waiting just for you.
$2 for the first minute, 35 cents each additional minute.
Hi, I'm Anthonix Maximus, bitching to you about movies because I think I just cut myself. I gotta say, I've been wanting to review this movie for years now, and I haven't gotten to it because, well, at the time it just wasn't so accessible for me, but now I'm able to get my hands in on this classic. And the truth is, Freddy Krueger, of all the monsters out there, he's my favorite. It's true. The other ones, they're just mindless killers. I mean, if I have to die at the hands of a monster, let it be by the claws of a man who will make me laugh. A Nightmare on Elm Street came out November 9th, 1984, directed by Wes Craven. I'm pretty sure we know the story. I mean, Wes Craven is the master of horror. And this film does follow the tropes of sexual morality, meaning if you had premarital sex, it's time for you to die.
Morality sucks.
Something that was initiated by John Carpenter's Halloween. Now, this film was actually initially pitched to Walt Disney Pictures, and they were actually interested. Yeah, Walt Disney Pictures was interested in making A Nightmare on Elm Street. Except for they wanted it to be toned down and marketed towards preteens and teens. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. Wes Craven was making a movie where teens that have premarital sex dies, but Disney was about to pick it up. So remember, A Nightmare on Elm Street is written to punish you if you have premarital sex. Meanwhile, Disney produces Hocus Pocus, where it awards you for having sex. Because if you don't have sex, and you light a candle, you unleash witches. There's much more to talk about, but we'll get there when we get into the film, which we should start right now. Ooh, New Line Cinema. Okay, so the movie got picked up by New Line Cinema with their very expensive looking 1980s logo. Oh no, Freddy Krueger is making a knife glove. You know, you could have just bought one of these from Party City. $10. By the by, if you do decide to be Freddy Krueger for Halloween, just buy this kind of glove. Don't buy the fancy expensive glove. I did that one year, and you know what? The damn thing broke as soon as I got it out of the package. Just go with these. It may look cheap, but just go with it. Boo! Bad green screen effect. It's a white screen. Oh no, she got attacked by Freddy Krueger. So let's talk about Freddy Krueger in this movie. He's gonna sound a little weird. He's not that funny yet. This is the first movie, you guys, so Freddy's not gonna be exactly Conan O'Brien here. He's gonna be more like Jimmy Fallon first year of The Tonight Show. So there's a myth that David Warner, you may know him from Secret of the Ooze, he auditioned and got the part of Freddy Krueger, but that actually turned out not to be true. Wes Craven initially got Kane Hodder to audition for the part of Freddy Krueger. Wes Craven didn't really know what to do with a Freddy Krueger character himself. He didn't know what to make him look like. He didn't want him to wear a mask. He wanted his face to be the horror image. Kane Hodder was just too hulking of a monster. But they would eventually get Kane Hodder to play Jason Voorhees. So remember, actors, today's rejection could be tomorrow's success. Robert Englund, however, actually showed up for the audition. Wes Craven wasn't exactly feeling him at first because Robert Englund is not that tall, and he still had a bit of a baby fat on his face. However, what set him different from all the other actors. Robert Englund had no problem taking this monster into a dark place. And I should also note, originally in the script, Freddy Krueger was going to be how can I say this to be YouTube appropriate? Freddy Krueger was initially meant to be a chomo. A chomo does bad things to children. But, Wes Craven just thought, okay, that's a bit too far. We don't want that. That's horrible. Just be a child murderer. And that's what Freddy Krueger is. He's a child murderer. Something the whole family can enjoy. Although as the movies kept going, there would be tiny hints. He may not be a chomo, but he kind of leans that way. He's a bit creepy that way. But he's just creepy. It's just a creepy man until he murders you. That is until Michael Bay's Platinum Dunes took the character and was like, the hell with it. We're gonna make him a chomo. No subtleties with Michael Bay. Okay, let's focus back on the victim teens.
Tina, honey, you gotta cut your fingernails. You gotta stop that kind of dreaming. One or the other.
Yeah, cut your nails and stop interrupting your mom from getting laid. Let's do the chant together. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock the door. 5, 6, grab your crucifix. 7, 8, gonna stay up late. 9, 10, never sleep again.
It was the worst nightmare I ever had. You wouldn't believe it.
Okay, since they all decided to show up, let's introduce our teen friends. The first girl that we saw was Tina, played by Amanda Weiss. The middle girl, why, that curly-haired girl is Nancy, played by Heather Langenkamp. Now, the interesting thing is, for the audition, Wes Craven of course, auditioned all these actresses. He didn't want a Hollywood name. He wanted fresh faces. It came down to these two actors. And he knew he wanted both of them because they just worked well off of each other. He just wasn't sure which part they would play. They almost had their parts swapped. And over here, we have Glenn, played by Johnny Depp. Yes, this is Johnny Depp's first movie. He got selected because Wes Craven's daughter saw his headshot and she was like, he's dreamy. Hire him now, Dad. And he did. Actually, fun fact, Johnny Depp actually went into the audition with his friend at the time, Jackie Earle Haley. Who's Jackie Earle Haley? Why, I'm glad you asked. Jackie Earle Haley, while he didn't get a part in this film, he did end up being Freddy Krueger in the 2010 remake. I mean, he was no Robert Englund, but he was still pretty scary. And after seeing him in Watchmen, he can do no wrong. The part almost went to Charlie Sheen, but Charlie Sheen's agent demanded double the pay that Wes Craven was offering. The part also almost went to Mark Patton, but don't you worry about Mark Patton yet, because he got to play Jesse in A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. Is it me, or does Glenn look like a younger version of Nicholas Tess?
Maybe we're gonna have a big earthquake. They say things get really weird just before.
Hey! They shot them going into the high school and now it's cutting to the house. What happened when they got into the school? What did they learn? What gossip did they talk about? Is that bitch Cheryl still dating Calvin? I don't know any Cheryls or Calvin.
Yeah, out here at Barry's. Right, I'll call you in the morning. Right.
Shenanigans! That's shenanigans! 1980s shenanigans that you can only get from a cassette player.
No, just some neighbors having a fight, I guess. I'm fine. I'll call you in the morning.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
What's going on here? An orgy or something?
Maybe a funeral, dickhead.
If Willy Wonka is calling you a dickhead, I think it's time for you to reevaluate your life.
Glenn, not now. We're here for Tina now, not ourselves.
Glenn, don't get mad that she's turning you down. She's keeping you alive. Tina and Ron, on the other hand. Faking it.
Feel better now, right?
Jungle Man fixed Jane.
No, you see, you guys were never ready for sex. You don't even know good pet names. Blasphemous. Freddy, you're blasphemous. Ooh. See, now that's a cool practical effect, using stretching materials as the wall. But please, Michael Bay and Platinum Dunes, please make it cartoonish in the future. We want to see that piece of shit effect. Sorry, Nancy. Jesus is not gonna save you. You had a piece of bacon on Good Friday.
Who the hell is that?
Dream or not, I just would probably recommend, if you're ever caught in this situation, maybe put on a pair of shorts. I'm just helping you out. It gets cold at night. Oh no, it's every woman's worst nightmare. A guy in a fedora. I don't care. Okay, you guys holding the wires for the arms. Is this really going to be in the final product of the movie? By the way, the spark effects from the glove, that's just a simple car battery and jumper cables effect.
Watch this.
Okay, thanks for stopping me to show me this. That's a pretty nifty thing you got going, but I'm gonna keep running, okay? See, Rod, you were so selfish in bed that she had to pull another guy into it. Of course, it's simple wire work of lifting her up. But her being up against the wall, that's actually because the room itself was on a rotation. So the room was actually rotating with her on it. Pretty neat, you guys. Look at that. She's dead and there's blood all over the place. Who's gonna clean it up? Rod left the scene. It's gonna be really awkward for everyone at school the next day.
What was she doing there?
Yes! Yes! It's John Saxon! You don't know who John Saxon is? John Saxon was in Mitchell. And John Saxon was in Enter the Dragon. How do you not know who John Saxon is? I'm gonna have a word with your parents.
Nancy said they'd had a fight.
It wasn't that serious.
Maybe you don't think murder is serious.
How can you say I don't take her death seriously?
Did you sleep?
I'll sleep in study hall.
The mom may be an alcoholic, but she does care that her daughter needs sleep. Also, you gotta love the fact that this movie tried to set it up as if Tina was gonna be the main girl. They got you. They got you good.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Okay, fine, you're not gonna hurt her, but you didn't need to make her nervous like that.
I never touched her.
Just move away from us, son. Real easy, like your ass depended on it.
Keeps proving himself to be a cool guy. Uh-oh, the police caught Pony Boy. What will the greasers do now?
Nancy.
Oh, damn it, Tina. You got yourself caught in a bag again.
Tina?
Ah, Tina. You're leaving a trail, you slug. I swear, every time I wear a hat or mask, it's always a little bit off.
Where's your pass?
Screw your pass.
No running in the hallway.
Hey, she said no running in a hallway. Okay, there was a sign that said no students allowed. So whatever happens to you now, that's on you. Okay, now you're just showing off your glove. Me too. Like, oh my god, gag me with a spoon. It's Freddy spaghetti. Nancy, stop disrupting the class. The teacher was about to explain why the author made the door blue. hey, that is her washcloth. Not yours, hers.
You were calling me.
Oh, that's just awkward. Hey, first rule in filmmaking, never have your characters watch a funnier movie than yours. Oh yeah, and by the way, bonus, fun fact, as punishment for showing Evil Dead in this movie, Sam Raimi and his crew actually stole the Freddy Krueger glove and put it into Evil Dead 2. So Nancy decides to go to sleep with Glenn watching over her.
Glenn? Are you still watching?
I never understood how the teenagers can communicate to each other. Like, I would have to guess, in order for Glenn to actually be there, he'd have to be asleep, right? Oh, she is gonna give him a real talking to in the morning.
Glenn, you bastard.
Oh no, Rod is dreaming in his jail cell. And Freddy Krueger is actually rewinding the videotape to make it look like he's getting strangled by the sheet. Wow, that sheet has a lot of thread count.
The killer's still loose, you know.
You're saying somebody else killed Tina.
Springwood, Ohio, known for its palm trees.
How long has this been going on?
Since the murders.
Hi, Doctor, or should I say Charles Fleischer, voice of Roger Rabbit.
What the hell are dreams, anyway?
Mysteries, incredible body hocus pocus. The truth is, we still don't know what they are or where they come from.
Yeah, that's very fascinating, Roger Rabbit. Let's focus on the important thing. She's lighting up a cigarette in a place that has lots of oxygen flowing. Light another cigarette.
Get something!
You can't blame Freddy. That's Wolverine.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, you can blame Freddy.
Give me that damn thing. It even has his name written in it. Fred Krueger, Mom. Fred Krueger.
It's Freddy Spaghetti. Get it right.
There's something wrong with you. You're imagining things. You'll feel better when you sleep.
1984 gaslighting.
It's just as simple as that. Screw sleep!
Okay, young lady, I understand you're upset that you almost died, but there's no reason you needed to destroy her gin.
Mother!
Call me an armchair psychologist, but I like noticing these things. Nancy refers to her mom as mother. When it comes to her father, she refers to him as daddy. So she's more endearing to her father, even though he doesn't live with them anymore. She lives with her mother, and they're the most distant. It makes you think, which we don't do on this channel, so we're gonna keep watching the movie.
You want to know who Fred Krueger was? He was a filthy child murderer who killed at least 20 kids in the neighborhood.
So yes, as I explained to you, Freddy Krueger isn't a chomo, but he's a child murderer. I mean, sure, he does get a little pervy when it comes to teenagers, but he's not a chomo.
Somebody forgot to sign the search warrant in the right place, and Krueger was free just like that. We found him in an old abandoned boiler room where he used to take his kids. Then lit the whole thing up and watched it burn. He's dead, honey, because Mommy killed him.
And he's back to get revenge on the parents' offspring. How does he do that? Well, we're not going to learn that until the 6th movie. And it's going to get really silly with 3D.
Hi, how you doing?
Fine. Stand by your window so I can see you. You sound a million miles away.
Oh yeah, Glenn. Walk to the window. She wants to check out that crop top belly button. Glenn fell asleep with a heavy TV on his crotch. That's not comfortable at all.
Hello?
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
Freddy Krueger might be a creepy pervert, but he is very relationship oriented, so points for that. No! 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 Yeah, remember how I told you about Tina's death in the rotating room? Same thing with Glenn's death. They put the room upside down and they poured 500 gallons of blood. Though I'm not very sure how the mother is seeing this death. How do you explain that kind of phenomenon to people who are awake? Glenn is nothing but a pile of blood, but please bring in the stretcher.
Oh my God.
That's odd. Usually the blood gets off at the second floor.
Just tell me who did it. I'll go get him, baby.
Fred Krueger.
Freddy Spaghetti.
Just come here and break the door down in exactly 20 minutes. Can you do that?
And now she's gonna have her own Home Alone movie. Just like Home Alone, her and Kevin McAllister can build this complicated setup within 20 minutes.
And now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep.
See, Nancy's gonna win this fight because she is saying her prayers. You atheist motherfucker.
Well, then I guess those people don't wake up to tell what happens.
And Nancy has entered the dream world to lure Freddy out. Let's take a moment. I want to kind of point this out because we all know that Wes Craven got the name of Freddy Krueger, or in this movie, Fred Krueger, based off of a childhood bully. Yes, his childhood bully, Frederick Krueger. Wes Craven actually did that with a character in his other film, The Last House on the Left, naming one of the characters named Krug. Let that be a lesson to you. If you have to bully someone, don't bully a writer, because they will make you a character in their book or script. Another inspiration of the monster attacking people in their dreams. You see, at the time there were refugees trying to flee the war and crime of Cambodia. But the problem is, when they got to the States, a lot of them were dying. Many refused to sleep because of their disturbing nightmares. And many actually died in their sleep. Oh, and another inspiration for this was Gary Wright's song, Dream Weaver. Hey! See, you could tell this is an early prototype because there are no stripes on the sleeves. Well, that explains my NECA action figure. Great, now I'm gonna buy another Freddy. Now, the thing about Freddy Krueger in this movie, he's Fred Krueger, so I guess we gotta respect that. The thing about Fred Krueger is that he's intimidating, but when he's out in our world, he gets a little slapsticky. I never understood that about these movies. They always like to burn Freddy. I mean, remember, that's the thing that gave Freddy his powers in the first place. It's as confusing as when they tried to drown Jason. The same thing that made him Jason to begin with. Oh no, Freddy turned her mom into Skeletor. Okay, see, again, I don't get it because they're supposed to be awake. And Freddy is supposed to be powerless when he's out in our world. So how is this happening? Mother! Mother! John Saxon's face. Ugh, what a mess.
Now do you believe me?
See, you messed around and you didn't believe your daughter. So I guess for her sweet 16, you're gonna have to get her a car.
I know you're there, Freddy. I take back every bit of energy I gave you. You're nothing.
Okay, well, if that's all it took. Yeah, this film is actually referred to as a feminist movie because it took Nancy to be the hero. She was proactive. Of course, Heather Langenkamp would actually correct you and has gone on to say it's more about youth empowerment. I'm sorry, I have to disagree because all the teenagers are pretty useless except for Nancy. Aw, see, everything's happy. The birds are chirping.
No, baby, I'm gonna stop drinking. I just don't feel like it anymore.
And you can stop being an alcoholic by just saying, I'm just sick of alcohol.
Bye.
And the friends are alive again. Don't you just love false happy endings in horror movies.
Good girl.
You saw that, right? How the hood came down onto the car? That actually was an on-set accident. They were actually genuinely surprised. Aw, that's nice of Freddy to take him to school. Oh no, Freddy turned her into a dummy and dragged her through the window. Okay, really, whose nightmare was it? Wes Craven was given a low budget of $1.1 million, but he made the studio $57 million worldwide. Interestingly enough, New Line Cinema was on the cusp of bankruptcy, but that movie actually saved it. And that is why New Line Cinema is often referred to as the house that Freddy built. Just realized they never referred to anything as Elm Street. Not that it matters, but it's just an interesting thought. Another interesting note, as recent as 2021, this film was selected for preservation in the United States Film Registry in the Library of Congress. This film is now solidified in our history. So that's it. That is A Nightmare on Elm Street. I will sometime down the line get to the sequels, but I'm not going to promise when. Halloween is upon us. I've been doing plenty of Halloween related stuff this month, as you've seen from Anthonix Maximus Matinee, while fighting this cold. And yes, it is a cold, not a kidvid. That's what I call the other thing that we've been worried about for years. I'm Anthonix Maximus. Thank you for being Anthonix Maxiteer. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. So see you next time in your dreams.
I mean, don't leave me alone with this lunatic. Please, Nancy.